Hi, it's me, Lisa B. Sorry, I can't find my tripod somewhere in the house. So I'm just going to hold this in my very, sorry, moving around, get comfortable. In my very loud pajamas, I just realized they're kind of wild colors, but I like them anyway. I'm into these satiny old school pajamas now, so I have quite a few pair. Actually, it's funny. This pair I got at GTM. If any of you are familiar with it, there's one in Santee near my son Michael's house, or not far from there. I've been there twice, and the first time I bought these, and they have the Loft label on them, which I think was part of Ann Taylor at one point. I don't even know if Ann Taylor's still in existence. I never shopped there, but I just knew what the Loft was. And I want to say they were $10, so I had to buy them. Didn't try them on. I don't think you can try them on. But I got them, and they're comfy, and they wash really well, and they're bright, so it's okay. This right here looks like I have a curl in the middle of my forehead, but it's not. It's a shadow of a curl. It reminds me of a little rhyme my mom used to say, and it said, "There was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid." That just came to mind right now when I saw that fake curl right here, or picture of a curl, or a shadow of a curl. Anyway, going back to GTM, so they have a whole bunch of like just random shit in that store, like the pajamas, and they might have some sweatshirts and some shoes, and then maybe some jewelry and purses, but then there's sheets and potato chips and fruit punch and furniture. Yes, they have furniture. Actually, they have pretty good furniture sometimes. They have big sectionals, some really nice ones there, and they're really cheap. I haven't gotten anything because unfortunately I'd already bought mine at Macy's, my couch, and then found out that they sometimes have them, but I didn't do anything with returning it. So anyway, what I want to say tonight, actually morning, because it's 1:04 a.m. For those of you who know, I've become a terrible night owl, and it's not good. It's not healthy. No matter how much I try to go to bed earlier, I never quite make it. I found that I really can go on not a lot of sleep, although it's probably really not good for my health. They say it's one of the things that ages you the most is not getting enough sleep. So anyway, what I want to say is this. I've really, really tried to stay out of politics, to not say my opinions on any of that too much, but I just, after what I was hearing today, I just couldn't take it. So, mentioning names, the president today came out, and I believe, I could be wrong, but I think he signed some kind of executive order about childhood vaccines. I don't know. I think that once the FDA approves or doesn't approve things, that it's out of the government's hands, and it should be up to the medical professionals as to what they give patients or suggest for patients or anything else. I don't think that medicine should be governed by the government. I just think it's a personal decision. I'm not saying I'm for or against anything. I'm a pro-vaxxer. I have autoimmune issues, low immune system. So I get pretty much any vaccine that is needed at my age that my doctor tells me to get, because I just want to be covered and I don't want to get something and either end up in the hospital or die. So I do it. I did COVID. I've repeatedly gotten COVID shots. I've had COVID twice, both times not horrible. Didn't end up in the hospital. Didn't have horrible respiratory symptoms. More than anything, I just slept a whole bunch. I get the flu shot. I have the shingles shot. I don't know what else it is. But anyway, I do it. I don't need any opinions about it. We're not talking about opinions. I get it. That's my personal choice. So anyway, with that being said, I don't like what I heard today. And what I heard today was the president, who is great at his colorful exaggerations, said, one of the things he said was that they are giving VATs. Now, I'm thinking a VAT is a pretty big quantity. VATs of vaccines to kids. I think over a course, a period of time, but they're giving VATs of them. Then he said that he heard from people that there was Coke size bottles full of vaccines that were given to the kids. I think at one time. I believe he said all at once. I do believe in spreading them out if you can. I know, we gave our kids all of them at one time. And I think maybe that's a little much. If you can spread them out a little bit, might be extra trips to the doctor, but I think it's better for them, better for any side effects, fevers, cranky, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's a good idea. But I just don't like him saying that there are Coke size bottles of vaccines that are given to the kids with deadly side effects, I believe he said. And the MMR shot is dangerous and it causes death. Well, I don't know if there have been any deaths from it. That's measles, mumps, rubella, I think it still stands for. I know there are some side effects. Like I said, there's fevers, cranky, sore arm, that kind of thing. But I think a lot of times the risks outweigh, or the benefits outweigh the risks. And I'm a firm believer, like I said, in vaccines. I just think our president should stay out of them. And it goes back to the whole thing about vaccines causing autism, when there were numerous studies done on that, scientific studies. I was looking it up today. The pediatric, whatever it's called, American Board of Pediatrics or whatever, has not found any conclusive evidence that any of those vaccines cause autism. I know there was some stuff going on years ago, and Jenny McCarthy was talking about it, and I think it was late 90s, and they were talking about it being a cause for autism, and I don't think that's true. So that's just me, my opinion. I just had to say it because it pissed me off today, hearing what I heard. Aside from anything else that he says and does that I admit pissed me off, that was a big one for me today. It just really hit. And it's, based on, hearsay. Sorry, my eye itches really badly. Based on his hearsay or what someone's told him. But they aren't true. And I wouldn't believe necessarily the president for giving us the truth about medicine. So there's just my 2 cents for late tonight or this morning. So there might be more to come, but I'm all for now.